Avoid deep emotional
Yeah.
attachments because too much emotional attachments can create some biases.
This is our last affiliation before our graduation. Hopefully next year, June or July. There's a connotation that if you're inside the mental health facility, you are likely to be aggressive.
In all my life experiences, I've never visited a mental health facility.
That we shouldn't bring and the things that we shouldn't do. It's part of the training for us to like discern what might or what could happen if we do.
What if my mom found herself in this situation? I would want someone to treat my mom. If she were to be in this situation, that is how I'm gonna treat this woman. Hello, guys. This is Promise, the host of Simply Promise and You. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you have any opinions, ensure to drop them in the comment section. It promises to be informative, educative, and entertaining. Welcome, guys. Hello, guys. You're welcome to Simply Promise and You.
Mm-hmm.
I am with my ever radiant and beautiful queen by my side, and judging from her looks, she looks very, very tired and
Yeah.
famished. So, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, and please let us know what you think about our content or our topics under the comment section. So, what are we talking about today?
So as you guys know, our background is a different one. So we're in the lobby of a hotel here in Quezon City, in here in the Philippines, and we're here because today is our last day here for our affiliation, and we're here to like summarize what has happened within the 1 week of stay here. And so, what can you share about your like experiences? Because we're both affiliated to National Center for Mental Health, and you can search that. It's the biggest mental health facility here in the country, if I'm not mistaken. So for you, what can you say about it?
I keep hearing people saying mental health, mental health, mental health. In all my life experiences, I've never visited a mental health facility.
Mm.
And to top it all, I when we were sent to this institution, I was very, very, very shocked. I was surprised how big
It's big.
like that place is. Like it's very, very big. Like
Mm.
I think it might be bigger than VMMC.
Yeah, yeah, it's bigger than
Yeah.
them.
So when we went there, we were given orientation on the first day, things that we are not supposed to do,
Mm.
and we were told not to wear our student IDs, and
Yes.
we are also advised not to expose sharp objects, things like our pencil, our ball pen. So we kind of like had to make use of a makeshift
Mm.
ID card, and so I think that's just it. And other informations that we were also given, we also advised to not to wear colors that are very, very flashy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
ones that are glittery.
glittery. So what we did was on the first day we had to wear our from for us we wore
Whites.
our white and
All
white, like
whites.
our hospital duty uniform. But today we have to wear this because today
Different shirt.
was focused majorly on our socialization with the clients.
Yeah.
So then we were taught the importance of like if we want to have an interaction with a client, you have to do some of the phases of
Yeah.
client interaction, which is pre-orientation, orientation, working
Working
phase,
and
and termination
termination.
phase. So for me, I was one of the concerns I had was like I thought I might be assigned to a Filipino because being assigned to a Filipino would
It will be
make the
hard for
job
you.
very difficult for me, Mahira, for obvious linguistic reasons. But luckily for me, when I went in there, the nurses that were in charge, when they realized that I'm a foreigner, they told me, hey, there's an Indonesian woman here,
Mm.
so she'll be your patient. I was very, very happy. So,
Yeah, you have talked about an Indonesian woman. For us, we also have a foreign patient, and I guess that hospital or like mental health facilities that big that they also accommodate foreigners.
Mm.
And also, you have talked about like do's and don'ts, the things that we shouldn't bring, and the things that we shouldn't do. It's part of the training for us to like discern what might or what could happen if we do that. And also, in mental health facility, most of the people here in the Philippines, it's like there's a connotation that if you're inside the mental health facility, you are likely to be aggressive, which is true for some. But when I went there, I realized that not all of them are like that. Some of them are really good and kind and calm. Like, I just feel bad that sometimes I hear things like that outside, that oh, you shouldn't work in that facility. Psych patients are the worst, something like that. But today we had our grand socialization day, and I have felt the empathy within me with my patient and also with my co-student nurses, my fellow student nurses, and we almost cried because we have spent almost 1 week with them, and we have known them for like a week. We have shared some bond together, and I also can feel that people inside the facility, they're also feeling alone. They're like they don't see their worth. They feel like they don't have any purpose in this life. So I guess that it's a big help for them to like interact with us student nurses. And by the way, this is our last affiliation before our graduation. Hopefully next year, June or July. So it's really memorable, and also I have created a strong bond with my group mates in our area, and also with our clinical instructor.
Yeah, so the international woman that I was assigned to, she's a 58-year-old woman.
Mm.
In as much as my mom is older than her, when I first saw her, and I don't want to share details of
Yeah,
what
it's
happened.
not allowed.
Yeah, but one of the things that really fascinated me was, no, I was thinking about something like, I was like, what if my mom found herself in this situation, and maybe someone else was handling my mom's, maybe someone else was acting as my mom's nurse. How would he or she do that? So I made a promise to myself. I made a commitment that the way I would want someone to treat my mom, if she were to be in this situation, that is how I'm gonna treat this woman. So that was why I was able to do my best to make sure I offered her care and made use of therapeutic communication so I can be able to assess her needs and talk to her. And one of the best things that you can do as a student nurse, especially for psych patients, is to avoid deep emotional
Yeah.
attachments, because too much emotional attachments can create some biases, and it might disrupt your nursing expectations or your nursing activities. So, like she said, some of my classmates really cried.
No, and this day we did our grand socialization, just like what I said, and that phase or that program serves as the biggest event for the whole week. And we did some games with the residents. We don't call them patients; we call them residents. Um, we did games with them. We sang, we danced with them, we ate with them. Our main job is to like listen to them without any judgment, and like to get their trust, and also for us to like it, what do you call this, implement the nursing plans for them. And also we gave them gifts. We gave them their snacks, their stock in that place, in that area. And also, what else? Just like what he said, it's very important to like not be in that emotional, area, because it can really affect us. And as student nurses and as future nurses, we're also trained about our emotions. We shouldn't cry in front of our patients, because our patients, they are getting their strength from us. So if our patients or our residents sees us crying in front of them, they'll be like, oh, so who can I get strength from? So as student nurses, we have to like stay still, don't cry, and then when you get out of the room, that's when you do whatever you want to do.
And I also realized that some of them that are there, like the ones that were helping, some of them have. I think they are almost okay.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, there was a time we asked them to write letters to us. To my greatest surprise, they wrote their letters were so almost perfect. And even there was a time we asked them to sing, and they could read the lyrics of the song. They could articulate their thoughts. So most of the games that we played, that where they were required to identify names, colors, they were able to do that. We even asked them to mention at least three Asian countries. They were able to do that like flawlessly. I was like, how? But then I realized that some of them, see, this is one another thing I also realized. Some of them have gotten so accustomed to that place. I think
Yes.
some of them have made up their mind that this place is now their home.
And they already have like their routine every day.
Every day, like their routine. I There was one that I met. She's half Filipino, and she's so nice, so beautiful, an old lady. And then I asked her, "How long have you been here?" She told me she has been here since 2014. Then I asked her, "What about your family?" She said, "Oh, they're in Japan." I'm like, "Oh, really? Would you?" I asked her, "Would you want them to come and take you?" She said, "No,
She
that
wants to stay.
she wants to stay."
It's so hard to like fight with your depression, or it's hard to like fight with your mind because you might never know when will it attack you. It's like sudden. So I think that as student nurses, if you also will go to these kind of like facilities and you're a student nurses, the most important thing that you can do for them is like to not judge them, be patient and listen to them, because every day they don't see any different faces. It's just this week that they have seen different faces like us. But for them, every day they have routine. They're just inside of their area. They're not allowed to go out. So yeah.
So to end our conversation today, let me ask you this simple question:
Mm.
why is it that when I went in there, I saw a section that says Women and Children Protection Units.
I know you're
So why is it that we never saw any men protection unit? And secondly, why is it that there's not so much emphasis on men's mental health?
okay. Um, First of all, I'm also saddened every time I hear something like, "You're a man, don't cry. You're a man, don't be weak." I feel like it's very selfish of you to say it just because that person is a man. And yeah, I also saw that women and children protection does something. And that's why I was always telling him that I'm grateful to be a woman. But at the same time, I also feel bad whenever like the men's mental health is like being declined or neglected just because you're a man and you're expected to be like the strongest of all in this society. But I don't think it's right because they're also human beings and they have their own battles to fight. I guess that this is one of the areas that we should also improve on, especially in this country, because I don't know if there's any, but I don't see any like specific desk for men. There are like ward for men, but like it's not like women and children. Like it's not very specific. And I guess they also deserve that kind of treatment, just like what we get or like what we benefit from, because they also deserve it. And I don't hate men, even though sometimes it seems to you guys that I hate men. I just have a strong personality, but I respect men. Men are good leaders. Men should be good leaders. Men are the reason why we are standing here today. Men are the reason why we have these buildings. And yeah, they deserve everything that is good, as much as we deserve it too.
Yeah. So um, everyone's mental health matters, regardless of gender,
Yeah.
creed, religion, or ethnicity.
Mm.
So men's mental health matters, women's mental health matters, children's mental health matters. So let's do our best in our own little ways to make sure that we don't make anyone to go into depression or get sick. Being healthy is not just being okay physically; it's also psychological or mental. So let's do our best, guys.
And
So
if you have any questions, especially if you're a student nurse, If you're a second year or like third year preparing for your affiliation, you can also drop your questions down below in the comment section, and you can also share this video to your family and friends if you have enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep on updating you and giving you more videos.
Thank you guys.